And I look forward to hearing more from Ambassador Tigo about yesterday's workshop here on Kenya's Statement of Principles on AI. Second, we are looking to encourage a broader range of voices in the global debate on AI, including those of countries like Kenya. And I think it's a credit to France in their leadership and organisation of the summit that they are also looking to build and bring in a broad range of voices. Third, through our AI Challenge Fund, building partnerships between UK and Kenyan institutions to work together to use artificial intelligence to address socioeconomic challenges here in Kenya, such as climate change, food security, health, and data management. Very soon, we will be opening a second round of bids for the AI Challenge Fund, and we hope that many of you will come forward with ideas for AI use cases that we can work on together. Everything we are doing on AI in Kenya is about partnership and collaboration. AI presents similar challenges to governments and societies around the world, and by working together, we can also maximize the opportunities that it can bring. We hope that the sessions today will help foster that collaboration and shared sense of purpose that will allow us all to share the benefits of artificial intelligence. Thank you, and have a really good and productive day.
Thanks so much, Ambassador. Let me now invite His Excellency Ambassador Arno. He speaks Kiswahili better than I do. I hope he doesn't make his address in Kiswahili. Thank you so much, Balozi.
Asante sana Balozi Philip, ndugu yangu, Mheshimiwa Waziri Kabogo, pongezi kwa kazi mpya. Mheshimiwa Bwana Piers Omolo, Balozi Ed Barnett, Balozi Philip Tigo, mabibi na mabwana, hamjamboni nyote. Mambo poa? Nimefuraha sana kwa kuhudhuria mkutano hii, ni muhimu sana. I would like to express my deep appreciation for the UK High Commission and particularly Dr. Barnett, but also to my brother Philip Tigo for having put such an event that is, I think, very timely, just before it was said before the Paris Summit on action on AI. So France will host on February 10th and February 11th the AI Action Summit, which follows and builds on the Bletchley Park Summit, hosted by the UK in 2023. The summit hosted by the UK, followed by the Seoul Summit, were important milestones to tackle high and long-term risks. They launched a coordinated effort to produce a critical common good, share science on the capability and risk on frontier AI. And so the summit in Paris will be building on that momentum and coordinated approach. The Paris event will bring together diverse stakeholders from international organizations, the private sector, academia, and civil societies to advance discussion on 5 key areas. 1, AI in the public interest, that's the first pillar. 2nd, the future of work. 3rd, innovation and culture. 4th, trusted AI. And finally, global AI governance. It was quite a natural choice for France to propose to host this summit because of the quality of our AI ecosystem, but also because of our commitment to international cooperation and multilateralism to deal with those emerging global challenges. We want AI, as it was said before, to have the most beneficial impacts and help addressing many of our complex problems, like, for example, finding new therapies or solving climate-related issues while safeguarding common interest from long-term risk brought by AI. On the method of the summit, our aim is to be inclusive and have a multi-stakeholders approach. Nearly 100 countries have been invited, mainly at heads of state and government level, but we will bring together more than 700 stakeholders, businesses, investors, experts and academics, as well as artists and representatives of civil society. Of course, and I want then to appreciate that the UK and Kenya have been deeply involved in the summit, in the upcoming summit, through the summit steering committee and the various different groups. I see Ambassador Tigo nodding. He's been working day and night, especially on the part on AI and trust, future of work, and also public interest. So 3 of the 5 main pillars. The summit will be also an opportunity to showcase some of the best AI projects for public interest. And a space in the summit venue has been reserved. I am delighted to announce that one project from Kenya, particularly from the University of Kenya, from Faculty of Engineering, will be showcased in the summit. I think it is related to waste management through AI techniques. And as it was said also by my colleague, Ed, I want to express our commitment as France to further and strengthen partnership in that field of AI. Together with the University of Nairobi, we are very committed and engaged in a partnership on the Silicon Savannah and the political reform of the Big Five. And I think some of the discussions in Paris will happen in the sideline to push this agenda there. Finally, we believe that Kenya can have a leading role at the summit and more generally for the future of AI in Africa. Kenya is arguably the leading tech hub in Africa with a growing and dynamic startup scene, strong private investment, recognized young talent, and a favorable business ecosystem. So Kenya can also count on its remarkable success in green energy to power AI-related system and data centers. So that to say that the voice of Kenya, and we wish and we're sure that the voice of Kenya will be heard in the Paris summit. With those few remarks, I just want to thank you. Asante sana.
I'm not trying to speak Kiswahili. Thank you so much. And really, just to tie in the two statements, I think we have a historical relationship between the UK and the government of Kenya. When it comes to artificial intelligence, I really want to thank the UK government, because we're one of the very few countries invited to we're actually only one of 3 African countries, so Kenya, Nigeria, and Rwanda. I also want to thank the UK government for having continued to carry us through, whether it's through Korea, but also within the United Nations, when we were working very closely on the first ever UN AI resolution on safe, secure. And let me say this actually in public, that we worked very closely with the UK to insert the inclusive part of the resolution, because there's a contention between responsible and inclusivity, but I think we worked very closely with the UK to get that insertion. It was also important to know that I think it was in this hotel that the resolution was carried. People just don't know. And that was because the UK government supported a workshop on digital governance that was held upstairs. And so we had 15 countries, all ICT directors. And so delegations from New York actually flew here and lobbied the teams there. So the resolution was actually carried, if you remember Davis, was carried in this room. So there's really a historical relationship there. By consensus, there was no dissension on that resolution. On the third bit, of course, with the French government, I think we really want to thank the French government and President Macron, because I don't think there's ever been a summit organized in this way. In terms of multi-stakeholder, we've had a lot of Zoom calls, team calls. I think it's been really an open platform. Documents are shared widely, especially on the public agency AI that is carrying a lot of the voice of the global south. So there's real responsibility, of course, for Kenya to also help our brothers and sisters across Africa to figure out how do we ensure that there's not just a shared responsibility, but the shared infrastructure, especially around capacity building, so that we can harness AI for something, and the public uses AI talks about therefore something, which is to solve our everyday challenges. So hopefully some of you will be in Paris will help us have those conversations. And again, thanking the French government, and I know you launched with His Excellency the President at State House, the hub at the University of Nairobi. And those are the infrastructures we need to deepen our relationship and collaboration, so that a lot of the innovators in this room can actually benefit, so that AI is not a distant future, but it's something that they can begin to grasp and work on. With that, let me introduce Dr. Raymond Omolo, the Principal Secretary of State Department of Internal Security and National Administration.
Thank you, Ambassador Figo. Excellencies, ambassadors, the CS, the Honorable Kaboko, who is responsible for ICT, the DG Communications Authority, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning once again. I think we should be much more energized. It's an early morning, unless it's too cold. Yeah, but I think it's we've had a very warm weather the last few days, and having rains the last 2 days has really changed a bit of things. So first is that this is an interesting conversation, bearing in mind a lot of things that have been happening the last few days on AI. And to just echo the sentiments of the US President Donald Trump, he was saying that the events that have happened the last few days is a wake-up call, particularly to the guys in his country. But I think it's a wake-up call for all of us across the globe. And it's a good thing that we are having a conversation that will lead to the engagement in Paris in a few weeks' time. And as a country, and of course as the Ministry of Interior, and more specifically as the State Department for Internal Security, this is something that is of a lot of interest to us, because of not just what AI is able to do, but also the potential of it to make it easy for some of us to do our work. So it's a profound honor for me to address this esteemed gathering as we deliberate on the future of AI in Kenya and across the continent. I'm aware that this high-level Pan-African event is organized ahead of the convening of the summit in Paris, and I want to particularly thank the UK as well as the French embassies in Nairobi, but also the governments for picking on Nairobi to have this conversation as part of the preparation for this important summit, so that we are able to pick on the strategic priorities within the AI space. Kenya, and indeed Nairobi, is a continental hub experiencing significant digital transformation across various sectors of our economy. Earlier in the morning, we were just discussing about what we've been able to do around mobile money, and that is just to demonstrate what we've been able to do as a country, when most countries or most people did not imagine that something like digital money would be groundbreaking. And it has changed a lot of things in this country and of course across the region in many ways. As a government, we are leveraging on ICT as a prime mover in fulfilling a lot of commitments within the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. And as we speak here today, we've been able to digitize over 22,000 government services in a record under 2 years, originally starting at about just 300 services, with approximately 13.5 million users benefiting from this improved service access and decentralization of our governance. Our robust creative economy is similarly highlighted by agreements with global digital platforms, including YouTube, X, and Facebook, which facilitates revenue generation from content that is created, particularly by our youth. We are equally expanding our digital footprint through digital platforms and services, and critical sectors such as banking and finance, telcos, and education continue to foster socioeconomic prosperity through capabilities and benefits of automation and digitization. Actually, for the first time, we have an open university, which just goes to demonstrate how critical this ecosystem or sector is. As the PS for Internal Security and National Administration, I recognize AI's transformative potential and our collective responsibility to ensure that it serves as a force for good, particularly in this era of information wars, where promoting security and inclusivity is paramount. We are grappling with the challenges around misinformation, disinformation, and in the recent past, we've had our fair share of challenges, and I think we've also been accused in equal measure in terms of some of the things we're trying to do. And this convening would actually benefit us a lot as a State Department in achieving some of, or in realizing some of the benefits of technology. AI is revolutionizing key sectors. However, the rapid rise of generative AI presents both unprecedented opportunities and significant challenges. Emerging threats to security are testing our existing governance frameworks. Regulatory norms, though well-intentioned, are proving inadequate to address the complexities of these technologies. And the potential for AI to disrupt critical infrastructure, challenge national security, and threaten existing standards cannot be underestimated. The AI principles proposed at this forum represent a critical step in establishing a robust framework which would allow us to harness AI for this country and the region. Now, the principles are rooted in safety, security, inclusivity, and sustainability. And these, to me, are not just ideals. They must be actionable commitments to responsible AI development and deployment. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we are steadfast in our commitment in ensuring that the AI systems are safe, with mandatory human oversight in critical sectors such as defense or the administration of justice. Through the National Cyber Security Coordination Committee, which I chair, the NC4, we are enhancing our cyber resilience to counter some of these threats and also to safeguard the national infrastructure. And just have indicated that we are faced with a fair amount of challenges, and therefore there's need for us to be able to collaborate so that we benefit from what has worked in other or similar jurisdictions as we build the capacities across not just government, but also in our learning institutions, as well as technology companies and institutions. Partnerships are key to our strategy, and in an era of rampant disinformation and misinformation, characterized by deepfakes and manipulated media, we are actively engaging with major technology companies to balance freedom of expression with the protection of individual rights. We recognize that while digital platforms create opportunities, they must also be used responsibly Trust is the currency of the digital age, and we must earn it through transparency and accountability. Our ministry is committed to equipping the public servants with AI competencies, enabling them to leverage predictive analytics and automated decision support systems. Our vision is not only to consume technology, but to actively shape and lead in its development. And the DG for CA is here. He has a much bigger responsibility on issues around regulations, but also being able to help us test a lot in a number of these technologies. We remain steadfast in championing continental cooperation in an inclusive and collaborative manner, ensuring that AI serves the public good. It amplifies our shared values and benefits all of humanity. I would want to conclude by expressing my sincere gratitude to the organizers of this event, particularly the British High Commission and the Ambassador Philip and his team. And I would want to wish all of you productive and insightful deliberations. Thank you. Now, again, it's my distinguished honor to invite chief guest, who is my boss, the Cabinet Secretary for ICT and the digital economy, to come and speak to us. If you don't mind, please let's be upstanding.
Tuketi, asante. Asante Katibu Mkuu, Wizara ya Mambo ya Kindani na Usalama wa Taifa, ndugu mstahiki balozi wa Ufaransa ambaye pia ni rafiki yangu, naibu wa balozi wa Uingereza, itifaki zote zikiheshimika. Nimeomba kusema Kiswahili kwanza, Balozi Thigo, so that if I make a mistake or blunder in this language of English, you will understand that I am okay in my Latin here at home. I'm actually delighted to be here. And the beauty of standing here today, luxury I may not have a couple of months from now, is that I'll say I'm just new. I am 13 days old in this job, so if I do anything you did not expect, you need to blame my being new here. Secondly, you know, I am a smart old man. I know they say you don't teach old dogs new tricks, but I've been in the streets for quite some time. I understand this game. I want to associate with the comments of those who have spoken before me, so that if I miss out on anything, it's because I associated myself with those who spoke before me. This is a new time in the world, and we need to keep up with the new times in the world. I've got some write-up here. Allow me to go through it, and if it's not up to what you expected, I will tell you who to blame as I finish. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and profound enthusiasm that I welcome you to the Africa AI Convening, a critical milestone as we prepare for the forthcoming Artificial Intelligence Action Summit in Paris, France. This gathering represents more than a meeting of minds. It is a testament to our shared commitment to shaping a future where AI serves as a catalyst for inclusive growth, sustainable development, and global progress. Kenya, often celebrated as a Silicon Savannah, has emerged as a beacon of technological innovation in Africa. Our progress is rooted in strategic investments, visionary policies, and an unwavering belief in the transformative power of technology. Through the Kenya Kwanza Manifesto, we have laid a robust foundation for AI development, enhancing connectivity, leveraging data, nurturing talent, and empowering innovators. These efforts transcend infrastructure. They are about equipping our people with the tools to create AI-driven solutions that address our most pressing challenges, from food security to climate resilience, to health and education. You know, Balozi, next time we have a meeting, I should be able to pick quickly what you have said, what Balozi Wingereza has said, and what I'm about to say, and keep repeating in between what it is you have said, so that I can look like I know what I'm doing. However, Kenya's leadership extends beyond our national borders. We've been an active voice in the global AI discourse, advocating for the development of safe, secure, and trustworthy AI systems. Our contributions to the UN AI resolution on safe, secure, trustworthy, and sustainable AI, as well as our leadership in guiding the Group of 77 and China in shaping the AI and data governance of the Global Digital Compact, underscore our commitment to global collaboration. Recently, Kenya was honored to be named a co-facilitator for the World Summit on the Information Society, further solidifying our role in advancing inclusive and equitable digital transformation. In addition, Kenya is proud to be the only African nation participating in the inaugural network of AI safety institutes, collaborating with the esteemed partners from the United Kingdom and 8 other countries. I extend my gratitude to the United Kingdom Department for Social Innovation and Technology for their invaluable partnership. Together, we are testing AI models, sharing knowledge, and undertaking joint research on foundational AI models. This collaboration is a significant step in ensuring that AI development is not only innovative, but also safe and allied with global ethical standards. I would also like to express my gratitude to the International Development Research of Canada for their invaluable research collaboration. Their support has been instrumental in advancing our understanding of AI's potential and risks, particularly in the context of sustainable development and inclusive growth. Our president has been a steadfast advocate for global efforts to reform financial systems and accelerate climate action, particularly in promoting green investments. We firmly believe that AI and other emerging technologies must operate within planetary boundaries, ensuring that innovation does not compromise our environment or well-being of future generations. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at an inflection point in history. AI is no longer a futuristic concept. It is a transformative force, reshaping every facet of our lives, from how we work and learn, on how we govern and interact. The cost of inaction is immense. We must be deliberate in our investments, not only in the infrastructure that enables AI, but also in the frameworks that mitigate its risks. As clearly outlined in our statement of principles, Kenya is taking proactive steps to ensure that our AI ecosystem is safe, secure, inclusive, trustworthy, and sustainable. We are developing a comprehensive AI strategy that balances innovation with robust safeguards, ensuring that AI serves the public good while protecting society from potential harm. Our approach to anticipatory governance is not about stifling innovation, but about fostering an environment where creativity thrives within a framework of accountability and ethical responsibilities. One of the most urgent challenges we face is the proliferation of AI-generated misinformation and disinformation, including deepfakes, which threaten social cohesion and democratic processes. These issues are global in scope and demand international collaboration. In this spirit, Kenya is working with the African Union to develop a charter on responsible technology in partnership with technology companies and civil society organizations. This charter aims to protect freedom of expression while safeguarding privacy rights and data protection for all citizens. Distinguished guests, as African nations, we must aspire to be more than mere consumers of AI. We must become creators, innovators, and leaders in the global AI landscape. It is not just about technological advancements. It is about shaping the future of development, prosperity, and justice on our continent. For too long, Africa has been marginalized in global AI discussions, often viewed as a passive consumer rather than an active contributor. This narrative must change. We must invest in our own AI capabilities, enabling us to develop solutions tailored to our unique context and challenges. AI offers us an unprecedented opportunity to leapfrog trading barriers to development. We must seize it with determination and vision. Kenya is fully committed to this vision, and we invite all of you to join us in building a future where Africa leads in AI development and deployment. Together, let us ensure that our advancements in AI drive meaningful and sustainable progress for all. In closing, today we have the opportunity to engage in meaningful dialogue, exchange ideas, and challenge one another as we explore AI's potential to become a powerful tool for socio-economic and political transformation. This convening is not merely a platform to reflect on our achievements. It is an opportunity to define Africa's role in the global AI landscape. We are here not only as representatives of our nations, but as custodians of a shared future, a future where AI will play a pivotal role in shaping the growth and prosperity of our continent. Thank you all for being here today. Your presence underscores the importance of this moment and the urgency of our collective mission. Let us seize this opportunity to shape the future of AI in a way that reflects our values, protects our rights, and unlocks the vast potential of our continent. Together, we can ensure that AI becomes a force for good, a force that uplifts humanity, promotes dignity, and advances justice. Asanteni sana. Asante Balozi. You can blame my shoes.
Thank you so much, Waziri. Please clap for the minister. Your Excellency, if anybody doubted that speech was spot on, I want to see a hand up. By consensus, we agree. I was seeing your heads nodding, especially in the creation part. I think we agree that for far too long we've been users. Somebody determines the cost, and we have to play the pipe. The tone has been set. Developers in the room, I can see your faces. The minister set the tone. That we need to be more creators than users, and we need to monetize. Ultimately, I know it is a minister's passion that we need to put money in the pockets of our young people. And the only way you put money in the pockets of our young people is when you create value yourselves. So, kazi kwetu, tumekubaliana? developers, now you're quiet. Tumekubaliana. Asanteni, thank you so much. With that, let me quickly transition to the context setting session. Let me welcome my colleague, Daisy, from Deputy Director for the International Policy, Department for Science, Innovation and Technology, UK Government. Thank you, Daisy.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to see everyone. I won't repeat everything that's been said. I just want to say a few quick words before we start today. So first of all, thank you so much for hosting us here in beautiful Nairobi. We're incredibly happy to be here among this very esteemed group and really looking forward to the important conversations today ahead of the French AI Action Summit. Just to introduce myself briefly, I'm Daisy. I work for the UK government leading all of our international work on AI. So my team set up the Bletchley Summit, but more recently, some people may have seen the UK published something called the AI Action Plan, but really it's the UK's AI strategy. So I spend most of my time now thinking about the international bits that we need to work on to make that plan a reality. My team, Louise, Samantha and I have been on the ground for a couple of days here now, and I just wanted to share 3 observations before we kick off today. The first thing that struck me is how similar the things are that we're all thinking about. Fundamentally, what we're trying to do is build the foundations for AI, the enablers, so compute, data, energy, talent, so that entrepreneurs and creators can then run. So the role of the government is to create that backbone so the innovators and creators can do their thing. So if you look at Kenya's draft AI strategy that was published last week, and you look at the African Union's continental AI strategy, and you look at the UK's AI action plan, essentially the headings of each section are the same. So it really doesn't take a genius to spot the opportunities for collaboration here. The second thing I wanted to, that I've observed the last couple of days is there's really a lot of scope for learning in both directions. So to give you a few examples, I don't know if Brian is in the room. We spoke to Brian yesterday, and he and the team at the Tech Innovators Network are building a platform or a piece of infrastructure which allows you to draw from multiple sources of compute at the same time. Now that's a piece of infrastructure that I know a lot of UK researchers would really love to use as well. So it's the kind of thing where we can learn from these creative solutions that are being created here. Second, I think Kenya and many African countries are taking a much more wholesale approach to upskilling their workforces. This is an area where we're really struggling in the UK at the moment, and we don't have a wholesale approach. And I think it's an area where we can really learn from what you're doing. And the third, the UK, off the back of the AI Action Plan, there will be a few things which I hope can have wider application. So one example is that we're building something called a national data library, where we will basically publish public sector data sets so they can be used to train AI models. And we're going to publish them in a way that is preserves and protects privacy, as well as respects copyright. I should say we have absolutely no idea right now how we are actually going to do that, but we are doing the research and development to get there. And I hope that, therefore, at some point we have more to share on that point. The third and final observation I just wanted to quickly make is the UK, Kenya, and other African countries, as many have pointed out, are already doing a lot of great work together, and especially at the local level. But I think that there is probably more that we could do, particularly together at the macro and international level. As it has been pointed out, Kenya is a leading voice on AI within the global majority, and the UK is one of the leading voices among the G7 and friends. So when the UK and Kenya agree and speak with one voice internationally, it is incredibly powerful, and that's something we need to do more of. We won't always agree on everything, but that's the point. We need to kind of work through those issues and get onto the same page. So what we're doing here today, or one of the things I think we're doing, is laying the foundations. for that collaboration, so we can have more impact together internationally and start to really work through some of these knotty issues. So thank you very much again. Really looking forward to the day and can't wait to speak to everyone. Yeah?
I'm keeping busy here. I know the Honourable Minister has to leave, so let me request the first panel to please come and take a photo. Respectfully. Balozi, I know it's dealing with crisis, but it's okay. Valley, DJ, can come up. CEO, Nairobi International Finance Center. Honourable Minister is requested to leave, so please. Thank you so much, Joseph. Just a 1 minute pause, then we proceed. They have to contend with me now, so it's fine. They have to contend with me now. If it looks like you can wake up straight.